Okay, we should be on. Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great and wonderful evening. Want to welcome you to Conscious Awakening. Yep. So today the topic is going to be on wastefulness. So right now I'm gonna give us a little. I'm gonna do a little opening for us. I hope to see somebody coming on. So 1 second. Hi, welcome to Conscious Awakening, featuring Judy Davis and Kimberly Davis. Hi, okay, we're back. Thank you so much. I hope everybody's having a great evening. Hey, Angela. Hey, hi. Well, today's topic is going to be on wastefulness. This is going to be the dessert for today. We're going to talk about wastefulness. Why do we have these wasteful thoughts? This wasteful energy. What is all of that about? So first of all, before we go into that, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Kimberly Davis. I'm a full-time hairstylist, and I'm a spiritual life coach for Conscious Awakening. And I'm going to let Judy introduce herself, and then we'll move forward.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Hope you're doing well out there tonight as we eat some dessert together. I'm Judy. I'm a life coach. I'm working with Conscious Awakening. Loving this collaboration I have with Kim and this wonderful organization that she put together. And she came up with a really powerful topic tonight. So, looking forward to discussing it with her and you. Take it away, Kim.
Thank you, Judy. Thank you so much. So remember, Conscious Awakening, the vision, well, the goal of Conscious Awakening is to take an individual on a spiritual journey to reveal, so that they're able to reveal the root causes of their issues and to help them develop clear visions of what they truly want in life. So we're going to do this by having one-on-one coaching, by workshops, by retreats. So I'm looking forward to January, because everything right now, we're just going to take the rest of this year and we're going to be doing our live every Monday at 7 p.m. live on Facebook and on YouTube. And this is what we're going to continue to do until the end of the year. And then in January, we'll be launching the new product. Most definitely, I'm looking forward to that. I'm excited. Judy and I are having a wonderful time on this journey. It has been a great journey, Judy, and I want to thank you. So much has come out of this experience, learning about myself, learning more about you, and now I'm learning about being wasteful, you know. And it's so funny how I came up with, I'm gonna give my little brief experience. How I came up with the topic. I was cleaning my house.
Mm.
So if anybody, we're gonna keep talking until people come on. You guys are welcome to come on, but Judy and I are gonna go on our journey about wastefulness. So I'm gonna first of all, I need to share this on Judy's page so that she can pull it up. Uh, So as I do that, I still want to talk about wastefulness and what happened with my journey of wastefulness. I was cleaning up this house, right? And okay, so we have Jewel on. Hey Jewel, Jewel in the chat. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see, Miss Minor. People are sending me little private stuff. Okay, I don't see you in the. Oh, here's two comments right here. See, I'm being late. Oh, hey, Jewel. Welcome, darling. Welcome. She said, hey, Judy. Okay. Thank you, Jewel. Thank you so much. Okay. So, as I created this, not created it, but I decided to talk about this topic, wastefulness, because I was cleaning. I've been cleaning up my house, getting prepared for my new journey. This is going to start at the end of this month. So I like to have things in order, you know. So I finished the office and I was in my, I want to clean up all my clothes and get things out. So as I began to do that, before I did that, I went and ordered some more t-shirts because I like sporty goods clothes, you know, to wear with my pants to work. And I was like, I have nothing to wear with my, you know, my jogging pants or my little pants that I like to wear. So I ordered the shirts, but then I started to clean out the drawer, the dressers. And I get to all these just these t-shirts. And I got all these nice shirts like this one that I can wear. And I'm like, oh my God, I just ordered some more. So then I go in there and I said, okay, Kim, don't order nothing else. So I go in there and clean out the shoes. I start cleaning out the shoes. And as I began to clean out the shoes, I had about 10 pair, that maybe 13 pair, and I a bag of shoes that I needed to give away. Can't fit them, too tight. Why are they still here? And some I've had for some years. So I started trying stuff on. So then after that, I'm trying to make this story short. I come in here and my cousin is shredding papers for me. And she said, you know, you just very wasteful with this paper. You just printing too much stuff. And I was like, that's the topic right there. She said it. And I was like, thank you. That's it. That's the topic. So that's how the topic came about. But the topic began to evolve even when me thinking about my thoughts and my actions. Because wastefulness, when we're not, that's why I pick consciousness. Because do you all understand truly that consciousness is the fundamental of life? It's like a fundamental part of life. And every action that we take and everything that we speak, it's all conscious, because then we are touching people's lives. We don't know who we're going to affect. I mean, think about when we're thinking negative thoughts or having bad thoughts, what happened to us.
Mhm.
Think about what we're creating in our bodies. Think about when we're not, you know, when we're having wasteful in food, when we're having wasteful in our spending. It affects us internally, because then we got to ask ourselves, why am I spending like that? Why am I eating this kind of food? When we become sick, then we be like, oh, what's wrong? And not saying that, because we all going to leave here, we all going to make our transition, we don't know how we're going, but what we have to do is become conscious of how we are being wasteful to ourselves. And remember, the acronym for self is S for spirituality, E for evolving. Really, E is truly about your energy and how your energy is evolving. L is for love. How are you truly loving yourself? Are you being wasteful in loving yourself? And F is for fulfillment. Are you living a fulfilled life? Or are you living a wasteful life? And we got to ask ourselves those questions, because when things begin to happen to us, you know, we ask ourselves, well, why me? Why not you? Who created it?
Mm. That's powerful.
Mm.
When you came up with the topic of wastefulness, I started thinking about my own life too. And as you know, for many, many years, and still making breakthroughs with it now, but have not completely overcame it. I have an issue with clutter.
Mm,
And when you started talking about wastefulness, I started looking at my own life of clutter and how I really needed to declutter my mind and really declutter my environment. And then I had to dig a little bit deeper. Like, why do you have this waste? Why do you have this clutter? And then I recognized that it came from scarcity, you
mm,
know, and something that clutter is a sign of scarcity. Um, it and it's not a good feeling. It creates feelings of overwhelm. It has created feelings of feeling anxious for me, and it's also created feelings of shame. And that's what clutter does. And, I had a tendency to always make unconscious purchases.
mm,
Uh, Somebody say, let's stop at TJ Maxx or let's go to Ross. And I had no intention of even going in the store. But I'm in the store. They're just looking around, but I'm actually buying. I'm actually buying. And I said, now what's that tendency? I went to the store with this other person. They come out the store with nothing. I come out the store with 3 bags. What's up with that?
mhm.
And so it's a sign of poor management. It's
Whew.
just it's so I had and then it's a definitely a sign, something that I am really working on is becoming more decisive because I want to be a decisive woman, and a cluttered woman is a woman that is totally indecisive. So
Mm. That's interesting you say that because I mean I understand that when you have clutter like in your house, whatever, and you clutter, you feel it does mess with your energy. For me, I'm not gonna for me, and it always I know one point in my life when my brother came over and he stayed at my house and he said, "When you become like this, everything in order." I was shocked. Was like, well, when I was a kid, it wasn't, that important, even though my mother made us clean up the house, but that wasn't that important, But as I gotten older and end up living on my own, I really like things in order. It feels different. And it feels different on an energy level, not just on it's not a surface thing. It goes deep for me.
right, I think it really deals with our unconscious mind, and that you can't go deeper than that. And I think that, like I told you, for me it was scarcity, and I had to let go of that feeling that I did not have enough,
Yeah.
you know? And I struggled with that for a very, very, very long time. And wastefulness and clutter is just a sign of that.
So what do we think? Hey Toya, welcome. There's three questions I do want to talk about, or I want people to think about. And the first question: what does wasteful thoughts do? What I'm sorry, what does wasteful thoughts create within? Well, that's the first question. What does wastefulness look like in your life at this very moment? And then the next question is, and in what area of your life are you wasteful? Are you wasteful on a spiritual level, physical level, or mental level? We could be wasteful on all three levels.
I think typically, I think if you're wasteful and you're filled with clutter, I think it starts in your mind. And I think that then it's just like thoughts create feelings and feelings create your environment. So
Mm-hmm.
I think the clutter, this scarcity, this clutter,
Mm-hmm.
which is like an emotional reaction to the scarcity that I felt in my mind and in my heart, created the clutter, which created the feelings of overwhelm, scarcity, not feeling that I was enough, anxious, let me get this. I don't have enough, so I gotta have it now. How many
Right.
coats do I need? Diamond rings, Gucci's, Prada's, Louis Vuitton's, Calvin Klein's. Is that going to make me feel like if I keep purchasing more, does that make me feel like I have enough? Um, how many designer places can I go to? I just have, more. I need more. I need more. I need more.
And I mean, and then we have to understand that the mind, when the mind settles and transcend, when we're in meditation or period, we're gonna want more. But we have to learn, actually for myself, have to learn that I don't have to be wasteful and wanting more.
I just think for me, I have to consistently have a mindset of abundance. When
Right.
I have a mindset of wealth and abundance, I
Mm-hmm.
don't really even have a need for more. I have
And
all that I have.
yeah,
I mean,
right.
I have all that I need and all that I really want. But when I feel wasteful
Mm,
and I start blocking myself with this clutter tendency, I'm not living my extraordinary life. I'm not as creative as I need to be. It blocks all of that for me.
yes. And that's what it does. It's like we don't know, learn how to be explorers. We're not really exploring our behavior, our thoughts, our actions. So when we learn how um to explore our inner landscaping of our lives, we're able to live in abundance. And even if, we able to feel joy, to feel happiness, to feel love on all levels of our lives. That's the way that I see it. It's not that, of course, I want to live in abundance and I'm living in abundance now. I had to, at one point come to that realization that I was in a great space and in a great space to build a deeper foundation for myself and, conscious awakening. It really feels good to know that you are grounded in what your beliefs are and how you feel about your own personal life. So as a spiritual coach, I really want to help other people begin to see the inner landscape of their life so they're able to navigate in a different way, with being connected to self through spirituality, understanding your English, your energy and how it evolves, and learning to love yourself more and be more fulfilled. That's what conscious awakening is about. And if anybody wanted to say hi to Tina, welcome. If you're still here, anybody want to share your thoughts on wastefulness and where you do you feel that you are wasteful in your life right now, that will be great too, because we're here to dialogue with you guys and share our experience and talk about what conscious awakening is all about. But we also want to hear your thoughts too, if you don't mind sharing. And if not, that's okay. Just enjoy, lay back and enjoy. And make sure that you share this video. Please share. We love to meet new people, open to meeting people from all over the world, from all walks of life. Most definitely. But I had an opportunity to read a blog from a guy who was talking, a lady, I think she's a woman, Kai Thompson Bird, and she's a blogger, and she was talking about wastefulness, and she made this statement. She said our inner landscape, well, I'm gonna read this. She said our thoughts are like constantly changing, whether they bring sunshine today, clouds and rain tomorrow, storm winds and storms for the day after. They are in constant motion, arising suddenly and disappearing from consciousness many times a day. Sometimes, without even a notice, them appearing, we follow them blindly, identifying with them. Our inner landscape, everything that happens in our body happens for a reason. Pain, worry, restlessness, uneasy are the signs that we experience for a reason. Also, our emotions are carrying important information for us: fear, hate, anger, but also compassion, love, and joy. Our inner landscape is rich, multidimensional, and colorful sources of intimate information that we need to hear and understand to live a balanced and fulfilled life. That touched me. I was like, "Oh, thank you, God. Thank you so much." Because people, even though you think you done came up with something, somebody has most definitely is thinking about it. If you're thinking about it, don't think they ain't thinking about it. So, I'm always looking when I'm coming up with topics. I go and look, because I learn from others. So that really touched me because we have to understand that the inner landscaping of our lives. It's a wonderful journey. I've been having a good time, even though sometimes it's lonely, but I've been having a good time with self. Learning more and more about me. Because sometimes we got to step out off the limelight sometimes and just step back and take a moment and get to know ourselves. I would say, I'm just gonna say this because one person really touched my life, and that was Wendy Houston. When she died, it was just, an experience for me. And not saying that her life was wasteful, but I wish that she had not been so wasteful in trying to show us that she was okay, the world, and just took the time for herself. It was like, but I saw, it's like I felt her life. Like I just wish I was able to just hold her and say, can you just stop for a minute? Just stop. Forget, trying to please us who love you so much. Now go and take some time for self.
Wow.
Stop being so wasteful with yourself, because that was a lot of wasteful time that she spent trying to tell the world she was okay and she wasn't.
Wow, that's powerful. I was working with a client this morning, a young lady that lives in Germany, and we were working through some issues that she had, and this particular client was struggling with the imposter syndrome, you
Okay.
and we had a very powerful session that she said was quite transforming for her. That I practiced a couple of tools, visualization, and some other tools with her. But what was interesting about it, she's a powerful young woman and she has a powerful business. But
Hmm.
we all struggle with those three things. Either I'm not enough, I want something, but I don't think it's available to me,
Hmm.
or I'm different and I can't connect. And so working with her through the imposter syndrome, I helped her identify her greatness.
Oh,
And
wow.
that is such a it kind of removed that clutter and that wastefulness and that disbelief. So that was encouraging and inspiring for both of us.
It is encouraging and inspiring when you do that, and actually when you actually see it with your own eyes. I always give the experience when I started Conscious Awakening, and I had that experience with a client, and I took her through a session, and to see her release all of that was like, it was mind blowing because I did, create a sacred space for her to feel free, to feel authentically herself, and it was amazing. So I can relate to you about that. I had a experience today in my own coaching session, and it was a great experience for me to be able to be in a sacred space, and be able to release and share my truest feelings. It was a great experience. So, um, and to be in there with someone else and to interact, that was mind blowing. I really, and I loved it, and I'm excited about that. That was, interesting. It's an
Yep.
interesting experience. It wasn't, and it wasn't wasteful. You know what I mean? Because sometimes some stuff you could just get into and it'd be wasteful, just wasting your time because you're spinning the wheel, you're chasing the tail. But when you can really interact and really go within and have the questions that need to be asked, and you can sit back and ask yourself, okay, so what does that truly look like, and what does that truly mean to me, and you can answer them with a clear understanding of what it is that you need, is so phenomenal. So that's another thing that conscious awakening coaches will be able to offer someone, a place of scarcity, not being scarce, but learning about scarcity in a place of sacredness, a place of feeling authentically yourself, so those are and that's the most one of the most important thing for me is for someone to truly be comfortable and feel safe in my presence. You know, yeah,
Absolutely.
and I don't because I don't want to waste their time. So, and that's something that I'm learning, every day is being conscious of how I'm even spending time with my clients and not being so wasteful. I've lost clientele being wasteful
Hmm.
because I wasn't conscious. I just got very comfortable, so I have to be very cognizant of how I do things. I want to share. Anybody want to share anything? Hey, Kelly, how are you? Hope you're still on. Shay, Toya, Tina, if you guys want to share anything, that would be great. If you guys are still on, thank you guys for coming on. And Jewel, if you have something to share, thank you guys so much for coming on and spending this time with us. But me and Judy gonna continue on our journey because this is our journey together at this moment. So we're gonna continue on. Um, I had another to talk about clients and being wasteful and understanding clients. Even as a hairstylist, I have to be very conscious of how I treat my clients, what type of service I give to them, what environment I put them in. I don't want to put them in wasteful environments. I don't want to put them in unsafe environments. I don't want to put them in unclean environments, So, so and I don't want to buy cheap, wasteful products to put on my clients' hair. So, I want to give them the best that I can give them, so we have to really be conscious of what is wastefulness to you. How are you how are you dealing with wastefulness, or are you having any wastefulness in your life? You know, and most of the time we're moving so fast because society is going like what 85 miles an hour, and we moving so fast we don't stop to think about it. We don't really stop to think about it, what we're doing on a conscious level and how wasteful we're being. I do it with food all the time. I remember Toya came to my house and she said, "Don't buy nothing else." And I'm like, I love the grocery store, but I'm so wasteful. I have to honestly say that I'm constantly not eating the food that I buy, and that's I have to really really work on that because we spend a lot of money and not really understanding where it's going. That's wastefulness.
It is, Kim. I know I've had that tendency for quite some time with the clutter. And clutter has told me that I need boundaries. And I'm really good at setting up boundaries right now. You
Yes.
know, I have to set up boundaries. The clutter and the wastefulness shows me that I need more downtime. I need more love. I need more self care. I need more body acceptance. You know, I'm at that age where everything is not like tight like it used to be. My thighs are not as tight as they used to be. So I need that body acceptance. I have definitely stopped trying to fix me. You know, I trust myself. I accept myself. Um, um, I'm beginning to set goals, very small ones, but I complete all of my goals and on time. I let go of the guilt. I don't live in the past anymore. And definitely I've let go of being perfectionist. And I
Yeah.
let go of all of those because I had a tendency, which is a sign of wastefulness and clutter. I'd get in one thing, then I jump over here, then I do that, then I'm on this, then I think I could roll it out like that. And then I end up and I haven't accomplished anything. And I have all these unfinished projects. I put that, I put my little rope around that. I set my boundaries that. That's what wastefulness has taught me.
Yeah, I've done, and that's amazing that you talk about that. I had to do the same thing for jumping in and jumping out of things. Very wasteful in that way. I've done it for so long, it became like normal. That was the normalcy for me, because I did it for so long and not realizing that I'm not accomplishing, I'm not completing anything, but I keep jumping here and I keep jumping there. But one thing it taught me, I was running from self also too.
Mm.
So I was not believing in Kimberly, and so I had to take this time, to just stop everything. Okay, stop the wasteful thoughts, jumping into all of these different things, and you can't be at all these different places at one time. Just relax and because my mind be going, thoughts come up, ideas come up. It just sometimes it comes just and I can't. I'll be like, okay, calm down. It's like you're gonna have to talk to myself. Okay, you're gonna do that. It's gonna be okay. And it's like, okay, can I clone some people? You know. But it is wastefulness. It's like, and then you never really get to see your true vision, your true goal, your true dream. That's what happened in the salon. I was so wasteful with running around. I had thoughts and I had ideas and I had dreams and I had goals, but I was so busy running around, jumping into Amway and jumping into this and putting this on the back burner. And I didn't. And then as the business was growing, I was not growing fast enough with it, or part of it, I wasn't slowing down enough to work on the foundation. I'm gonna say that. So that's the piece I missed. It wasn't that because I was going very, very fast, but I was not working on the foundation as it was growing. And then I put it in the wrong spot, you know, when I should have been in another location, because location is very, very important.
Yeah, I think for me, I've changed my indecisive kind of tendencies to becoming more of a decisive woman.
Yes.
And that kind of shapes my self image,
Hmm.
shapes how I show up, and now I don't really, I kind of look at everything is shaped by my future. I think for my future self, and if things don't really serve me, I don't really tolerate them anymore.
Exactly.
Just develop that. And clutter and waste shows me my blocks, things that I need to immediately address. And
Yeah.
I address it now.
Yeah.
And because like you referenced when we first got on tonight, I want to open up the flow in my life. I want my life to flow
Yes.
effortlessly. And
Yes.
for it to do that, I have to become a decisive woman. And a wasteful woman is indecisive. A
Yes.
wasteful woman can't make decisions.
That
And
is so true, Judy.
and
Wow.
I'm not that woman
Yeah,
anymore.
that's true. Because when you have that experience and you look back on it, what you're saying, I can feel the feelings, I can see my actions, and all of that when I was in that space. So that is so true because you can't make a decision, a solid decision or a sound decision, because you're being wasteful. I mean, you know. So that is so true. Because I feel it within. I mean, I feel it in my soul as you speak because I was there at one point in my life. Yeah. So I'm not there anymore. But I do find myself like, okay, what can I, when I have these free moments, I'm like, oh, I can put this on. It's like, Kim, that's not who you are anymore. And it's okay. You got this moment, take the moment and enjoy it. It's not like you got to be doing something 24 hours in a day. Let yourself rest. Give yourself, because when we let the mind rest, what I've learned is when the mind begins to rest and we take time out, we have different thoughts, most definitely, but we began to release stress.
Mm.
And then after we relieve the stress, and this all happens in meditation, but when you out of the meditation, actions began to start. You began to be creative. You're more creative. So you're gonna want more, yes. But you in a different state of how to create it and not in a wasteful state. So you're
Mm.
clearer in making your decisions. You're more sound in making your decisions. You see things different and you approach them different.
I think for me, what I thought about when you just referenced that was I went back to clutter
Hmm.
and my emotion behind clutter, like I shared with you guys this evening, was scarcity. And then, and so I guess so the scarcity, I didn't want to feel deprived.
Hmm.
And that fear, the feeling of feeling deprived led me to overconsume. So I kept buying. I didn't want to be deprived. Oh, I don't have, why couldn't I have? It's there. Why shouldn't I have it? I felt that, that whole struggle with that enough. I didn't, so I overconsumed because I didn't want to feel deprived. So I said, oh, I'm going to buy two whites. My husband said, if you buy anything white, I'm going to go crazy because you got about 18 white t-shirts, you just buying white. Or I see a pair of earrings, I don't want to be deprived, so let me get it. Did I need it? No, I didn't need it at all. But it was that tendency of wastefulness, clutter, which really is the feeling of scarcity. And why do I have that feeling of scarcity? Because I don't want to feel deprived.
Hmm.
And why was I feeling deprived? Because I didn't feel I had enough.
Had enough. Mm. That's a whole nother topic. Had enough. Do I have enough? What is enough? Okay. But I know for next week, we're going to talk about emotions. So not next week, week after next. That's going to be the topic, you guys. So I hope you guys ready. But remember, share this video and please share this video. Jewel Miner, okay. She said, when I think of wasteful, I think of being careless, thoughtless, and misguided. Hmm, misguided.
I agree. I just think it all goes back to that feeling of scarcity, that feeling of scarcity, but I think that we're all getting to a place. I definitely know that I am, that I really spend a lot of time in a place of abundance.
Yes.
you know, and I really recognized, and I am so, so grateful that I have plenty. I have plenty of everything that I need. And it took me such a long time to get to this place. But when you get there, it's one of the best places to arrive.
Mhm.
You'll feel so at peace. You
Yeah.
don't feel that need to overconsume. I got to buy 12 pair of jeans. I got to buy me some Gucci. I got to get the Prada. I have 12 mink coats. Ooh, so mink ain't in, so I'm going to get leather. I'm gonna get suede. I need a Benz. No, I need a Jag. Oops, boy, I need this condo penthouse. No, I need this over there. I just keep going around. Oh, I gotta get a boat. Oh, I gotta get a plane. Mm, what else that's not enough. What else do I need? I gotta get a Rolex. I gotta get some diamonds. Mm. And you keep getting all this more. And you think, and it might make you feel good for a minute, but at the end of the day, you still got that mindset of scarcity. You still got that mindset that I'm not enough. You got 12 Gucci bags, 10 mink coats, you know, a diamond, a Rolex, some new weave, some earrings, So, I mean, some more silver, some more gold.
Mhm.
How many sexy outfits do you need for your man at night? How much lingerie do you need?
Mm. That's interesting.
How much perfume and oils do you need? How
Mm.
many little trinkets do you need? How many
Oh,
charms do you need to put on a charm bracelet? How many more diamonds do you need on your neck?
mm.
Why do you feel you need that?
I mean, when we live in a society of just having an excess of things, and part of our society show us that that's healthy, that's happiness.
And it's so unfortunate to me because we were never really taught what is the emotion behind me spending this kind of money all the time? What is the emotion behind me being wasteful? What is the emotion behind me over consuming? What is the emotion behind that? And if we deal with that, then I think our life will change. But if not, because if you bought the Prada and the Prada made you feel good on Wednesday, but by Thursday you needed Kate Spade, what can I say?
Consumer is the social norm. Jewel said that.
And I think we all have to create our own social norms. Because if we follow the tendency of the norms, you'll be like I was feeling, overwhelmed and anxious with a bunch of products, Kate Spades, Calvin Kleins, and Gucci, all thrown over the closet, scattered everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah, I think
It
that
really has no value. It's just like a car. Soon as you buy it, it depreciates. It's
right.
just another depreciating investment that you have made that made you feel good for a few minutes. Why?
And I
What's
don't
the
think
most let's deal with the emotion behind that. Let's focus on what the emotion is behind our wastefulness, behind us not having enough, behind us wanting something and we feeling it's not available to us, behind us always feeling that we're different and that we can't connect with somebody. Let's find the emotion behind that.
well, we all know that when we're doing things that are wasteful, it sets up different disease in the body because we end up getting stressful. I mean, we can use cigarettes, food, all of that, and being wasteful. But why? There's an emotion behind eating like we eat. I'm an emotional eater, so I know I eat for every emotion
And we have to figure out what's the emotion behind that.
behind it. Right.
An emotion is a physical response.
Exactly. Yep. So I mean, it's action. We gonna put out some actions on the emotions. So most definitely, it's physical because there's some actions gonna happen. You're gonna do something. Why do we take spend time in having wasteful thoughts? What happened to us when we have wasteful thoughts? What triggers our wasteful thoughts? What
Think most
emotions
people don't
behind?
even recognize they're having wasteful thoughts. Most people, because we weren't trained to really understand our subconscious mind. And as a result of that, we go around just like I did with the wastefulness and the clutter. And
Well,
I
I'm
couldn't come to it took me a long time to understand that the emotion about me going to Macy's every week and coming home when I worked with all those Macy bags was uh was an emotion of scarcity.
yeah.
And I had to dig deeper to understand, why do you feel scarce? Why do you feel lack? Why do you feel that you're not having enough? And what are you trying to avoid? I didn't want to feel deprived.
Right, but then some of us, you have to think about, it's some people out here who have gone through, have taught their young people about emotions, and I really think it starts with spirituality, teaching a person, helping a person learn who they are at a young age, allowing them to develop a relationship with self. Jewel, wait a minute, let me see. Jewel said these kind of thoughts are not being aware. They're not. The thoughts that we have having, we're not aware of them, and we're not aware of them because we was not taught to be aware of them at a younger age. It all started as a child. I was asked a question about something. I was watching, Jewel and I and some clients was watching a show on emotions, and I really want that to be the next topic. But I learned something, that when you go through something deeply within your mother's womb, or in your family, the stuff gets so deep it gets into your cells. So if you learn wastefulness as a kid, or you felt deprived. Sometimes it comes from feeling deprived, or you didn't get the things that you want, or just seeing it all the time, people being wasteful. It gets in your cells of your body.
I
It's
agree.
like, and it's like an addict.
I agree.
And it's not, and we can't judge ourselves or beat ourselves up to the point that we feel we can't break it. We have to understand where it came from, and we have to begin to break down the layers of it. And most time at this age, we're afraid. Some people are afraid to do that because you're going to see some darkness, and some of it is scary. You're going to see it, and if we would just allow ourselves to go on a journey within self, so that we can overcome our issues, so that we can live a fulfilled life, so that we can have appreciation and compassion for ourselves and others. Hmm, what an experience.
Mm.
And, we're learning every day about ourselves, every day, as long as we're breathing. And I hear we're going to constantly learn about how to be a better person, how to be a better leader, how to be a better friend, how to be a better wife, how to be a better girlfriend. How do we do that without being wasteful to each other? Because remember, we can be wasteful with each other in our words, what we say to each other. And I learned that a week ago. I saw it today. I saw it before, but I saw it happen. I was able to put it like this. I was able to talk about it today because I saw how wasteful I was being in my words.
I think that's critical. I know even in my personal relationship with my husband, I think we both are always trying to improve our love language.
Yes.
And we are always working on becoming just it's just it's a real perfect expression of our creativity,
Right.
our love language. So
Yes.
we're really
You guys love language. I have to honestly say that I enjoy being in your environment and I love the love language. It most definitely it's a great example, to so thank you guys for being an example for me because we need to see that.
thank you. We appreciate that. We work on that.
Yes, you guys do a good job. I have to give I have to give props what props are due. You do a great job at it. And it's good because people need to see that. That's what I mean about being conscious. You guys are conscious of each other and conscious of, the best. What example are you setting? You have nieces, you have sisters, you have friends, you have people watching you all the time.
Mm. Hi, y'all.
They're watching us all the time. So I'm not saying we have to live for other people, but I just think we should be conscious of how we're living and the causes that we putting out, not just for other people, but most definitely for our lives first. And I just have to give you that. I have to give you your as somebody say, you better give them to them while they're here. I have to give it to you while you
Oh,
here.
somebody told us that
Roses.
this
Yeah, right. Your rose is why you here, and I have to give that to you. And I'm happy to be in that space because it gives me something to look forward to. It gives me an example. Of course, I'm creating my own happiness within my household, but I do have a reference, and I ain't reading the book. I'm watching, I'm helping create, not help, I'm a friend of them watching them create this book for themselves. So it's like I'm having the experience with you guys. I'm part of that story, So it's like, okay, this is I like it. It feels good. Yeah, you know. So yeah, I can relate. Jewel said watching your words is not being wasteful. Ah, you said watching your words is not being wasteful. Jewel, please bring it on and tell me why. Why do you feel that way? Watching your words is not being wasteful. No, it's not being wasteful if you, but I just want to know why was you saying that to say that you was I'm kind of lost on. Do you understand why I'm maybe asking her this question? I was just, she said, watching your words is not being wasteful. Because did I say something about that or just you saying that? But I was wondering, did we reference anything? Because we were still talking and I saw her come up and say that. So if you can come back and elaborate, even though it's 7:54, but if you can, but watching your words is not okay because you are thinking first. Hmm. Because you are thinking first and what do you so you feel like watching your because you are thinking first. That's true, but so when you're thinking first and you taking out the time to think about what you saying, no, it ain't wasteful. But if you ain't thinking first, that's true. Okay, that's true. Just you saying that's true. Exactly, I get it now. Okay, thank you for coming in and helping me make a breakthrough with that. Exactly. So if you taking the time out and the moment out to think about the things that you saying, it's not wasteful. True that. Most definitely true that. It's not. But you have some that don't. And I know I've done it, and then I think about, oh, what did I say? You know, You will say, think before you speak. Exactly. Exactly. And I have to do that now. Back in the day, hmm, Kim would go at it. They like, oh, you just be always confronting people with shit. And I'm like, okay. Me and my one of my best girlfriends had a crying um ceremony on the phone one time because she was saying I told her she act like everybody's incompetent, and she said I always I'm always just saying what I need to say in front of people, confronting people with shit. And I'm like, I do. She was like, yeah, you just say anything. Basically, I just, I'm gonna bring it out. Okay, this is that. And she didn't like that. And I didn't like the fact that she felt like we was all incompetent, that she was the only one to do the job. We got you. So so I had to learn that through being a hairstylist and being an owner with my staff, that I had to watch how I say things. I was very strong with my words. My little sister said one day, I tell the truth when you don't even want to hear the truth. I was like, well, damn, okay. So, but sometimes I didn't think I was wasteful. I'm like, oh, y'all need to hear it. But I think about what I'm going to say. I have to stop and think about things now.
I think that's important. And I just want to leave everybody with this. Kim and I tonight discussed about decluttering our mind. And so I just want you, everybody that's at home having their dessert with us, what's standing in your way for the life that you want to live and the man or woman that you want to become?
Mm.
And I hope that you can remove all of those unnecessary thoughts and those unnecessary feelings that come up when you have those thoughts so you can declutter your mind. Kim, I'm going to turn it over to you to end it.
Well, God, I'm going to let it end just like that. She said it, and we're going to end it. And just remember, words are weapons against you and someone else. Thank you, everybody, for coming on. It has been a great night. And please share this video. And we will be back week after next on a Monday, which will be Monday the 22nd, August the 22nd at 7 p.m. And the topic is going to be about emotions.
Have a
So,
wonderful evening, everybody.
good night, everybody. Have a great evening. Bye for now.